guys, Echo Plays here, back with another video. I haven't posted in ages, but I'm going to be posting more regularly. I have a video that is going to be coming out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But today we are going to be looking at the brand new PlayStation VR2 announces that were made by Sony officially on PlayStationblog.com, and they basically showed us the specs of the new controllers and their names, and also the specs of the headset itself, as well as how you connect it to your TV, and also one game, which is already a franchise that's going to be coming to psVR2, which is its new name, and that game looks cool. We only saw a tiny glimpse of it, because they haven't really gone that far into making it yet, but we're going to be looking at what they said about the new psVR2. So let's see. So we have PlayStation VR2 and PlayStation VR Sense controller, which is the name of the new controllers, one in each hand obviously, and it's the next generation of VR gaming. It's on PS5. So let's just go on. So we're just going to skip down, and here we have all the stuff that's going to be coming on the psVR2. So we have visual fidelity. For a high fidelity visual experience, psVR2 offers 4K HDR 110-degree field of view and foveated rendering with the OLED display. So OLED display is a really good, like, really high definition display that is on the OLED TVs that you see these days and on the Nintendo Switch OLED. Players can expect a display resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye and smooth frame rates of 90 to 120 Hz. So we have 2040 by 2000. That is a good resolution. And then the Hertz, 90 to 120, so we can go up to 120 Hz. It's more than my monitor right now has. And I'm saving up for a better monitor, so like, if I don't get any monitor, then literally the headset will have a better resolution than my actual monitor. Next, headset-based controller tracking. So, before I say anything, the headset tracks itself without needing a camera, which is probably one of the best things that this headset does, because when you needed a camera, it was like so bad, because I had the PS4 camera and then I got the PS5 camera, and I used the PS5 camera whenever I did streams to have face cam, and then every time I wanted to play my VR, which I don't play it that much now, but I did, I would have to switch the camera back to the PS4 one just to play it, and then whenever I want to stream, I have to switch it back to the PS5 one. But now I can just get rid of the PS4 one, have the PS5 one all the time, and then the headset of this new PSVR2 tracks itself. So whenever it comes out, I'm obviously going to buy it because I'm so excited for this, and they just dropped the announcement today on Instagram, and I was just like, so casual, like what? Okay, so it says, with inside-out tracking, psVR2 tracks you and your controller through integrated cameras embedded in the VR headset. Your movement and the direction you look are reflected in-game without the need for an external camera. So basically, wherever you move your head, it's going to move in the game without needing a camera. So there's nothing that needs to track you, it tracks itself. New sensory features. psVR2 Sense technology combines eye tracking, headset feedback, 3D audio, and the innovative psVR2 Sense controller to create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. So, the first thing, it has an eye tracker in it. So just like the eye trackers that you've seen people do on YouTube videos about, where it tracks your eyes wherever they move, it actually tracks it in-game. So there are going to be games, not every game obviously, because not every game is going to use every single feature, but in some games, wherever you look, the eyes in the game are going to look. So there are some things in the games where you're going to have to look at something to trigger it, or look somewhere for something to happen, and now you can do that. So here it is. Headset feedback is a new sensory feature that amplifies the sensations of in-game actions for the player. It's created by a single built-in motor with vibrations that add an intelligent tactile element, bringing players closer to the gameplay experience. For example, gamers can feel characters' elevated pulse during tense moments, the rush of objects passing close to the character's head, or the thrust of a vehicle as the character speeds forward. So basically, there's a new motor that's going to be inside the headset, kind of like what you feel when you get rumble on your controllers, except it's going to be rumble in the headset. So you can feel things going past your head, or things happening to your head, just like haptic feedback on your controller, or rumble on any other type of controller. And eye tracking. With eye tracking, psVR2 detects the motion of your eyes, so a simple look in a specific direction can create an additional input for the game character. So something can happen if you look somewhere with your eyes, without having to move your head, just your eyes, or without having to press a button. This allows players to interact more intuitively in a new and lifelike way, allowing for a heightened emotional response and enhanced expression that provides a new level of realism in gaming. So it's more real life. Instead of having to look somewhere with your head and then press a button, you just look with your eyes and that's it. Then it triggers something and something happens. So we have all these advancements in psVR2 combined with haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, which we heard before. I've made 2 videos on psVR2 already, on all the leaks and stuff. And we have adaptive triggers and haptic feedback on the controllers from the psVR2 Sense controllers, enabling players to feel and interact with games in a much more visual way. psVR2 will also have a simple setup process with a single cable. This is very good because every time I play psVR2, I have to set it up, and then when I'm finished, I take it back down. So every time I set it up, I have to keep looking up the video made by Sony showing you how to set it up, because it is so hard. There are about 15 different wires, so it's really, really good to see that there's only one wire now. Connected directly to the PS5, you can immediately jump into the VR experience. So one wire, and I'm going to get to what wire that is now in a second when we see the specs of the Sense controllers and the actual headset itself. So let's just go down. psVR2 specifications. The display is OLED. Panel resolution is only 2000 by 240 per eye. Refresh rate 90 Hz, or can go up as far as 120 Hz. Lens separation is adjustable, so that means they now have lens separation adjustments. So in headsets like the newer ones, like Valve Index, or like what's the other one? The other one that Facebook made, so Oculus Quest 2, yeah, that's it. They have this thing in them, like a slider kind of thing, kind of like the psVR1 headset has to adjust your head on it, and you can move it in and out, and it basically adjusts how far out and in the eye like lenses are. But now it has it in psVR2, so you can do that and not have to worry about where it is because it might not fit your head or whatever. Field of view is 110 degrees, so you almost have 180 degrees looking all around you, which is amazing. The sensors are motion sensor 6-axis, kind of like the PS3 controllers, motion sensoring system, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerometer, and you got an attachment sensor and eye or proximity sensor. I don't really know what they are, but I do know that 6-axis was in the PS3 controller to kind of have motion sensing on the controller. And then we have cameras, 4 cameras for headset and controller tracking, IR camera for eye tracking per eye. So for the psVR1, you had to use the PlayStation Move controllers, which were made in 2010 for the PS3, and then they got updated to be working on the PS4, and then they got updated again to work on the PSVR, and I have them. They're the worst things ever because they have to be tracked by the PlayStation 4 camera, which doesn't track the best, especially since when you're setting up the PSVR, it says you have to move this far away from the camera, and I can't move that far away from the camera, so it being able to track itself, you can literally be anywhere in your room and you're going to be perfectly fine. Because say I was doing something in a game where you have to duck down, the camera wouldn't be able to track the controllers because I have my camera on top of my TV. But now when it tracks itself, the headset will track while it's on you, so basically it will track anywhere, even if you're like jumping or crouching or like crawling on the ground or whatever you want to do. Feedback is just vibration on the headset, so now you have vibrations on the headset as well as the controller, because usually you just have a controller vibration. Communication to PS5, so just one USB Type-C. It's not even a big power cable like the giant ones that you have for PlayStation VR1, which is like 2 giant power cables and a HDMI cable and another HDMI cable and so many other cables. Now you just have one USB Type-C, so the one you use to charge your controller. Just that. And then you have audio also, because on the psVR1, you'd have to only plug your headset into the psVR1, and then you'd still get sound coming out of your TV, or at least I would, still coming out of your TV, so it wouldn't really work. And you couldn't use any, like, Bluetooth headphones, because it says you have to plug it in to your actual headset, and then to be even more cables. But now, you have a built-in microphone into the psVR2, which is amazing, because if you don't have a microphone, at least you have a microphone in the psVR2, and I think they did that for whenever in the game you need to do stuff with microphones, and then you have an output which is a stereo headphone jack. So straight from the headset, there is going to be a way where you can hear in it, kind of like the Valve Index, where it has kind of these like audio things that go over your ears, kind of like headset, so you don't need to actually wear a headset. Because when I was wearing my headphones over the psVR1, it was just very clunky and I felt like I was wearing a giant hump of metal. But now it's going to have these things over your ears, and you just plug it into your controller or whatever. Your Sense controllers, the new ones, and just go about your day. That is so cool. Now we have the Sense controller specifications. So on the right one, here are all the buttons that are on it. We have the PS button, so the home button. We have the options button, which is like just the one you have on your controller. The actions button, we have circle and cross. So we have the circle and we have the X. We have the R1 button. We have the R2 button. We have the right stick. And we have the R3 button. So like the right stick that you press down, you get the R3 button. So if you're like, where is triangle and where is square, that's actually on the other side of the controller. And where is the left stick, that is on the other controller. And then we have the PS button on the left controller. We have the create button, which is the one where you can take videos. So now we know that you're able to take videos on psVR2 without having to press it on your controller before going into VR. We have the triangle and square buttons. We have the L1, L2, and we have the left stick. And then you can also click down on the left stick for the L3 button. For the tracking, we have a 6-axis motion sensing system, 3-axis gyroscope, 3-axis accelerometer, capacitive sensor, finger touch detection, IR, and LED position tracking. So finger touch detection, there's a little button on the side of the controller, as when I did the video on the controllers like a few months ago, actually like a long time ago, like 6 months ago, and there's a button there that is a button they can press, but it's also meant for your finger to be on it. So in game, okay, the only VR that does this is Valve Index, where you can actually move each individual finger. But in psVR2, you're not going to be able to do that because obviously it's not that advanced. But they have a button at the side of the controller, which is not a button that we have on the regular controllers, where you basically put your thumb on it and you're able to use your thumb in the game. Move it however you want, and it's just amazing. Feedback is a trigger effect on R2 and L2 buttons, so we basically have haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, and we have haptic feedback by single actuator per unit. So we have had haptic feedback, and we don't exactly have adaptive triggers, but we do have a trigger effect on the L2 and L1, R2 and L2, sorry. But it's not really adaptive triggers, it's just some sort of it, because they can't actually get it to fit in that type of controller. Port is a USB Type-C, so that was what you use to control your normal controller, so it's just going to be the same one to charge it. And then communication is just Bluetooth again, kind of like your controller. And then the battery is just a built-in lithium battery that you charge with your USB Type-C. So that's basically it. Now there is one more thing about VR. There is a game that is coming to psVR2 that we already know. It's the first game. We don't know any other games that are going to be coming to psVR2. Obviously, we think that we're going to be able to play all the other psVR games that we can play right now on this, and that will probably be true. But we have another game coming. So, Horizon Forbidden West is a game coming to PlayStation 5 next month, on like 18th of February, I think. And the same team, with another team, are making a game called Horizon Call of the Mountains, and it's a VR experience, or a VR game, and it's going to be the first game to come on psVR2, because they're making it right now. And there was a video where they showed bits of it, and the developer talked about it a bit, and I'm not going to read the actual, like, PS blog thing about it, but if we go to the bottom here, Horizon Call of the Mountain revealed for PlayStation VR2, we're going to click on it. There's a video right there, Guerrilla and Fire Sprite Games creating a brand new experience set in the world of Horizon for psVR2. What we do know about it is that Aloy, the main character of Horizon, which I've never played, which I want to play the new one and the old one, she's not going to be the main character anymore. She's going to be in the game, as well as the other characters that are in the, what's it called? The Horizon games, but the main character is going to be a new character, which we don't know who it is yet. So the protagonist of Horizon Call of the Mountains is not going to be someone we know. It's going to be a new person. So I'm not going to show the video, but there is the, like, kind of logo for it. You can see two mountains on top of Horizon, and it says VR Call of the Mountain. So, seems really cool. I'm going to be buying this straight away when I can, unless I don't have any money, obviously. Then I'll wait till, like, Christmas or my birthday. If this does come out this year, which it probably will, if it comes out soon, I can get it on my birthday, if it's that soon. Or if it's ages away, then I'll get it, like, in Christmas or whatever. But I really want to get this, because it's the first VR that Sony has actually done something good with. Because when they made their first VR, a few years later, all the VR systems were as good as this. So now, Sony is just making it one step further, but making a VR system that's better than all the other ones. So when they become the same as this, they won't be behind, because the other one, they didn't have any PSVR controllers, so they just took the Move ones and made them be tracked by the PS4 camera and just said that's good enough. But now they have this. I'm so excited to see where this goes. It's the first, like, thing of psVR2 we've got so far, and before this we didn't know it was called psVR2. People were guessing it was called that, but now we know it's called that. We know a game that's coming for it. We know the specs of the Sense controllers, so it's not dual Sense controllers, because there's one controller in each hand, so it's not dual Sense. And then we also know the specifications of the headset itself. The only thing we're waiting for now is the actual look of the headset itself, and then once we know that, then we know everything about it, and we just need to wait for it to launch and for us to be able to play that game, Call to the Mountain, and then we're good. So if there's any more news about it, I'll talk about it. It probably won't be for a few months, unless they show what the headset looks like. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Smash like, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Proper videos are going to come soon, because I really want to make more videos. See you in the next video. Peace.